Hi everyone. In this video, we're going to be going over our foundation. We're going to be creating our foundation walls, our footing, our crawl space, editing our elevation / section view a little bit, and yeah, we'll be doing a little bit of work in there. So first step, we're going to be going to our first floor plan here. Now, this is good. We have our 4 walls. Eventually, you'll have all your doors and everything in there, but for now, this is just going to be our foundation. So here, we're going to go to architecture. We're going to go to wall. What we want, if you're using our template, which you should be, we want to go to foundation. We want to do 10-inch concrete. So I'm going to select that. Now, in the last video, we set up our levels here. We set up our crawl space, top of footing, bottom of footing, foundation, and ground, and everything. That's important. You have to do that before this because it'll make your foundation go much smoother. So go back to wall, 10-inch concrete. Great. For a location line, we're going to do finish face exterior. It should already be defaulted for you, but if not, you could select that. Next thing, our base constraint. We want the bottom of this foundation wall to be top of our footing. And then our top constraint, we want this to be our foundation. So from here, I'm going to use my line tool. I'm going to then select the corners of my walls. I'm going to go corner to corner all the way around. Select corner, go down to the bottom right, corner. I'm going to go here, corner, and then one more, bring it back, corner. You could definitely use the rectangle tool if you want to. I'm going to escape out of that. I'm going to go to 3D, and here we go. This gap, we want this gap for now. We are going to be fixing this later. So from there, I'm going to stay in 3D view. I'm going to rotate this a little around right here. Next thing, we're going to be creating our footing. So that's going to kind of be like the T that we were talking in class to help with our foundation. This is the furthest point into the ground. And then what our kind of foundation sits on. And then, our rebar go vertically into our foundation walls. So for this case, we're going to go to structure. Then we're going to go to the foundation. Going to go to wall. For our wall footing, we're going to keep it on 24 by 12 by 12. This is definitely bigger than what we need, but it's a default here for Revit, so it's fine. So I'm going to do 24 by 12 by 12. Click that. What we can do is, since we're using the structure tab now, it's very easy. You can just go ahead and select 1 wall, 2 walls, 3 walls, 4 walls. Here we go. And this is good that we have the skinnier part here of that footing sticking out. Versus when you rotate, you can see that this is very thick. This is 2 feet. And you can see that the skinnier part is on the outside, which is great. So we don't need to change anything there. Now, I'm going to be going to my foundation level here on the right-hand side on my project browser. So I'm going to hit foundation. So this is good for, I believe, our range base. I'm going to change this to foundation as well. I can't remember. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we want it on none. Our range base, we want it on none. So we could just see our footing, and we can see our wall. There we go. From here, we're going to be going to architecture. We're going to go to floor now. So we don't want any wood floors. We're not doing the basic floor. We're doing our crawl space now. So I'm going to change this to concrete slab, 4 inches. Click that. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to use my rectangle tab. First thing though, I want to change my level. I'm going to change this level to crawl space. So then I'm going to go rectangle, and I'm going to select the interior side here. This is my wall. I'm going to go interior corner to then interior corner. I can definitely go ahead and click the lock. I don't see myself changing this, and if I do change this in the future, we can just delete it and start again. So I'm going to hit my green check. I'm going to go back to my 3D, and here we go. This is good. You can definitely see that right here, this is our crawl space. Now, for example, let's go back to the foundation here. Oh, okay, it's going to be a little mean. So let me click on I'm going to click right here. on my footing. I'm just going to turn this off. You don't have to do this. I'm just going to show you. I'm going to hide my element. So now hopefully I can click. Here you go. So this is my crawl space. If my level, I didn't have it on crawl space, so let's say foundation, it's going to be all the way up here. But that's bad. So we want to make sure our level here is on our crawl space level. And then if you hit apply down here, it'll move. So that's good. That's so if you forgot to change that before you made it, it's okay. Just go ahead after and change that level to crawl space. Okay, next thing, I'm gonna reset that, put my footing back. This is good. From here, we're gonna be working in our section view. So a lot of steps to this, but just bear with me. We'll get through it. So first floor, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create a section view. So up here on our kind of icon bar, here at the top. If I go to section view right now, I'm just gonna go ahead and make this. And again, you can always flip this. So I want that black bar on the inside, and then there we go. That's good. Here we go. This is our section view. Great. If I select this, and then here we go on our section. Of course, I don't have my roof in at all. That's fine. Well, you can see that here we go. We have our foundation wall, we have our footing, our crawl space, everything. Our floor, our wall, just everything but the roof. Great. So now what I'm going to be adding is my sill plate. I'm going to do a 2x6 sill plate on top of my foundation. So if I go to annotate, I want to go to component. Now here on this left-hand side, we want to go back to that dimensional lumber right here that we used in our shed. We want a 2x6. I'm going to bring this in. If I hit space, I can kind of rotate this, and I'm going to put it right here. I want it to align with my floor, but I'm going to move this down to have it sit on my my foundation here. This is great. Oh, as well, I'm going to change my detail to fine. Sorry, make sure we have that on. Okay, cool. So from here, now a few things that we want to change. This is going to be all of our numbers. Again, let me kind of adjust these, get these ready. So for our numbers, we're going to want to move our floor down to sit on the sill plate. That's number one. And then number two, we want to move our crawl space down a little bit. So let me move these out of the way just so I can see a little bit better. There. So we want a 1-inch gap between our top of footing here and our crawl space. So if our crawl space is 4 inches, so this kind of negative line is at -4, 4. If I just put this at -4, let's see, like 3. Okay, cool. We're definitely getting closer. If I use my measure tool up here on the top left, next to the save and print, I can select from here to here. That's 2 inches. That's a little too big. I want to move this to -4, 4. Enter. So great. We have a 1-inch gap between our top of footing and then our crawl space. Sorry, not our foundation, crawl space. This will just allow for extra space here. We don't want this to sit on the footing, just be structurally better for us. Okay, so that's good. Let me double check my notes. Yeah, that's good. So next, I'm going to be moving my whole floor onto this sill plate. So again, if I use my measuring tool up here on the top left, I select my bottom of my floor to here. I have 4.5 inches. I want to move that down directly on top of this. Now, for my floor here, if you have an exterior, or not exterior, if you have a finish on it, it might be bigger than 10 inches. If you have maybe not even this wood finish on this, maybe you have your carpet finish. You can see now you have 12 inches. It depends on what size floor you have. So I have it on my 10. That's great. Like I just measured, I have 4.5. So from my 2 feet here, I'm gonna have to go subtract 4.5 inches. So that's gonna be 1 foot, I believe 7.5, maybe. Yeah, I think that was good. Oh, again, let me move all my ground out of the way. Yeah, so definitely using your elbows will help you making this very seamless. There we go. And oh, there we go. So we have 1 foot, 7.5. Let's check my other one. Yeah, 1 foot, 7.5. That's great. Back to the section. Remember, we have 8-foot ceilings. So if we're at 7.5 here on our first floor, well, we should just go plus 8 feet for our ceiling. So this is not going to be 10 anymore. This is going to be 8 plus 1, 9, and then 7.5. So we want to have that 8-foot consistency as well. And when we put our ceiling in, this is what our top will look like. I just don't have it in for the video. It's okay. And then, yeah, there we go. This is looking good. Yeah, and I believe, yeah, that's the, oh, one last thing. When we go to our 3D view, we can actually still see our floor peeking through right here, and that is no good. What we want to do is if I right click or left click on my wall, if I right click now, I do select all instances in our project. So I select my 4 walls. What I want to do is I want to change my base constraint. We're not going first floor anymore. We want to cover the floor. So I want to change this to foundation. And it should, yeah, there we go. It now covers, or it goes down all the way to the foundation. We go to our section view. Here we go. And now it's sitting right there on top of the foundation. Let me check this as well. Yeah, we want to have it sit on the foundation. But we've run into another problem. This